Hi, I'm Lucy from Sew Essential and I'm here today to share my latest make with you. Everything I mention will be linked below, and you'll also find a link to sign up for our newsletter for a weekly dose of sewing inspiration. So, the thing that I'm sharing with you is quite an unusual make for me. I am a bit of a magpie and I like bright colours and patterns and prints, but I just kept reading everywhere this year how important the classic white shirt was. So Vogue wrote an article which summed it up perfectly, and they said if you buy one thing this September, make it a white shirt. Now, who am I to argue with Vogue, you know? When I saw that article, plus the absolute raft of other articles saying what a classic piece it is, how easy it is to style, how it's great to have in your wardrobe, a timeless piece that you'll come back to time and time again, I was like, who am I to argue with all of that? I haven't got a classic white shirt in my wardrobe. I need one. I've been loving the shirt trend of recent years. I've never worn shirts previously, and then the last couple of years I bought one in the summer. I've made this one and I just absolutely love the whole shirt thing. I just really like it. I think it's kind of easy to feel. It's easy to wear, feels casual enough for every day, but you still feel a little bit more sort of stylish and put together in a shirt. So yeah, I'm just absolutely loving that whole trend. So I decided to make Simplicity 9707. I'll just show you now, stand up and show you. So it's an oversized shirt. One of my favourite fashion bloggers said go for an oversized one because it gives you more options. And I was actually going to do a bit of styling in this video for you, but then I came up with so many different outfits from one shirt. I thought this deserves a video of its own. So do stay tuned to the channel because I'm going to be showing you, I think it's about 6 ways to style this shirt in another video. But anyway, for today, let's just crack on. I'm wearing it untucked here just so that you can see what the fit's like. I made a straight size 12. By the measurements on the pattern packet, I should have graded out to a 14 at the waist and hips, but I knew it was oversized. I knew there'd be plenty of room in there. I was like, I do not need to do that. I'm happy just to make a straight size 12. It's got patch pockets, a collar, but it hasn't got a collar stand, so it's a nice easy sew. It's got cuffs, button down cuffs, but again no plackets, so a nice easy sew. It's just pleats at the on the sleeves, obviously button down at the front. I chose to add the patch pockets as well, and then at the back you've got a yoke which is lined, and you've got a pleat at the back, which I actually got confused when I was doing the burrito method, which is a tutorial for lining a shirt without any lining a shirt yoke without hand sewing. I'll put a link to the tutorials I mentioned below, but it's easier when you've got a fabric with the wrong side, but when you're working with a white fabric like this, it's easy to get confused, and I ended up with the pleat the other way round, but actually you can have a pleat either way, and I like the way it looked, so I left it and I was happy with that. But yeah, really oversized, so really easy to style with different things, comfortable. I'll talk to you about the fabric in a minute. Let's just tuck it in so you can see this is how I would normally wear it with these high-waisted wide leg jeans, and then I'd probably chuck on like a trench coat or a check blazer or something over the top. But yeah, I just love this sort of classic look of the jeans and the white shirt. It's been around forever, and there's a reason for that, because it's easy to wear and stylish. So yeah. So let me talk you through the pattern, then we'll come back to the fabric. The pattern is Simplicity 9707. As I mentioned, it is an easy to sew shirt. So I think the great thing about this pattern, you can whip it up quickly. You know, you haven't got a collar stand, you haven't got complicated cuff plackets. But having said that, there are lovely opportunities to slow your sewing down, which I think at this time of year when we're spending more time indoors, I think is a lovely thing to embrace and do. And one of the things I enjoyed the most about sewing this pattern was doing some lovely stitching in the ditch to secure the collar and the cuffs, and I just find that whole process so mindful. It's just like almost like hypnotizing when you're watching the needle just go into the gap. If anyone doesn't know what stitching in the ditch is, it's where you sew along the seam, so you have to get your stitches directly where the two pieces of fabric meet. You want your stitches to go in that ditch, so it requires a lot of precision and accuracy, but as I say, it's really methodical and mindful and a lovely process in my opinion. I love doing it. Tell me in the comments whether you're a fan of that or what your favourite slowing technique is. But I've got distracted anyway. We're talking about the pattern at the moment, so it's Simplicity 9707. This size runs up to a size 20, which is a 42 bust, 34 waist and 44 hip. But there's also 9708, both of which are available on our site. I'll pop the links below. And 9708 goes up another size range. So I think it might go up to like a 30 or 32. I'll pop the links below for you, but it's a really size inclusive range. As I said, I made the straight size 12, even though I should have graded from a 12 to a 14 according to the sizing chart. I knew there was loads of ease in it. I thought I'll be fine with a straight size 12. It's got 4 different views, so there's a really long shirt, which is almost like a dress, and that is actually one of the trends I saw as well. For the white shirt, I did see some sort of dress length shirts, so that's very much on trend and contemporary at the moment. There's view B, which is the version I made, which has got a deeper cuff, and it's supposed to only have 1 patch pocket, but I decided to make 2 just because I thought that looked nice. And view A, the long sort of dress length one, that's also got the deeper cuff. And then you've got view C and D, which have got a narrower cuff and a longer and a shorter version again. So yeah, great pattern, lovely. If you want to make a shirt and you're not a massively confident, so you know you think, oh, I wouldn't want to make a fully tailored shirt, this is a nice easy option for you to try. So definitely recommend it. It all came together really well. The fabric I chose was our Dashwood Pop, so you can see it here. Now it's classed, I think it is classed as a quilting cotton, but actually it's a lot softer than a quilting cotton. I think it's called pop because I think it's like a poplin if it's not a poplin. I need to find that out, but I thought it was perfect for making a shirt like this, and lots of the shirts that I saw were poplin, so quite a crisp cotton. That's the kind of look that was being promoted. And the Dashwood Pop as well is Ocotex certified, so just means it's more environmentally friendly. So yeah, that's the pattern and the fabric. I've talked to you about the sizing. The only adjustment I made was I did my usual high round back and forward shoulder adjustment. I can pop links to those tutorials below for you, but that's just a standard adjustment I make on everything, so I'm quite sort of curved at the top of my back, and that just helps with the fit in those areas. In terms of the construction, as I said, nice easy sew. As far as shirt sewing goes, super easy. Opportunities to slow down with your stitching in the ditch, a lovely clean finish inside as well because the yoke is lined. It's lovely and neat, and I will pop a link to my super popular burrito method tutorial below, which shows you how to line a shirtlet yoke without any need for hand sewing, and that is actually the technique used in the pattern instructions as well, but I think my video probably makes it a bit clearer. That sounds possibly big-headed to say that, but I do think it's I've had a lot of feedback from people saying it is a really clear, easy to understand tutorial, so yeah, definitely recommend checking that out. The other thing I decided to do to make that lovely clean neat finish inside was to sew French seams as well. Obviously some shirts are sewn with a flat felled seam, but I just felt that a French seam would be nice for this particular shirt. I included a French seam on the armholes as well. It's quite a weighty fabric for that, but I thought because it's oversized, I think it worked well. Alternatively, you could just do an overlocked finish. But what I will do is I'll pop a tutorial link below as well for sewing French seams, and also for sewing a French seam in an armhole. That's something I did years ago. I did a tutorial and it's really popular. It just means for anyone who doesn't know what a French seam is, it just means that all of your raw edges are encased. So you sew your fabric weirdly. You sew it wrong sides together first, then you turn it the other way and sew it right side sides together, and everything's enclosed in those lovely neat seams. So yeah, I just used it as an opportunity to slow down, embrace the process, and really enjoyed that. And despite that, I still did sew the shirt very, very quickly. The Dashwood cotton was an absolute dream to sew with. It was a dream to press. It was a bit creased, I think, when I showed it you just now, because I've been tucking it into these jeans today, so obviously it's going to get creased, but it presses beautifully. And yeah, just doing the things like the stitching in the ditch, top stitching, all those sorts of things, it was so well behaved. You know, I often work with more fluid and drapey fabrics like viscose and that sort of thing, and it was just so refreshing to work with this crisp, neat cotton. It was absolutely lovely. So yeah, really great project. So glad I've got this in my wardrobe now. So many styling options, really versatile. I'm going to do a whole other video, as I said, so stay tuned for that, but there'll be a whole other video. I think I created 6 outfits last night at home, and that's just for autumn winter. I would actually wear this shirt in the summer as well, so my plan for it in the summer, and I wanted one of them this summer and didn't get time to make it, but I would wear it untucked, unbuttoned, as a cover up over my swimsuit on holiday. But I'd also wear it I've got a pair of pink linen cotton shorts that I made this summer, and I'd wear those and then my bikini top, and then have the shirt over the top unbuttoned again. And then also the other thing I could do in the summer months, of course, is just roll the sleeves up, you know, just roll those sleeves up and create another look again. So it really is such a wonderful, versatile piece to have in your wardrobe all year round, and I'm just so glad I made it. I mean, I think the white shirt is completely underrated, and I'm kind of proud of myself actually for trying to focus a bit more on some of these key pieces now, these timeless classic pieces, because they do just make it easy to create so many different outfits in your wardrobe, because they can be paired with so many of the different things that you make. So I hope you've enjoyed all of that. Please do check out the links below where you'll find the pattern, the fabric, anything else I mentioned, all those lovely tutorials. They're all there for you for the taking, plus the sign up for our newsletter, because I email you just once a week on a Friday with lots of lovely sewing inspiration. I hope you like what you see, and if you did, please like and subscribe, and I'll look forward to seeing you next time.